Yo, what's up? This is Spencer and Aaron from Underoath. We're at Eastside Inc. in New York City. We just played the PlayStation Theater, just here getting some tattoos. Aaron got some...
I got my son, Orrin Hurley, here did this. My son, I told him I wanted a cowboy tattoo. So he drew us this. And I think it's a hell of a piece. Wonderful application here by Orrin, and just chopping it up, and he pointed out the tiny toe at the bottom, which is my personal favorite, favorite part that I didn't notice on the way here.
And the 6 guns, the hat's great.
Yeah,
the guns are great.
Yeah. And Spencer is getting that.
I'm getting a Lighthouse covered with UFOs because why not?
The usual.
The usual tattoo, traditional.
Yeah. Did you feel like the Lighthouse is?
It's
beckoning?
signaling. Yeah, it's signaling. They're not necessarily just for boats, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's landed, so you're already fucked.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah, we played at PlayStation Theater last night. It was it's great to be in New York. It's great to meet wonderful people here at Eastside Inc. So
thanks for choosing us.
Yeah, beautiful shop.
Thanks.
And really great people. So in this trade, I feel like when you find great people, you stick with them. So if you're in New York, Jersey, Pennsylvania, Tri-States,
Make the drive.
Connecticut, if you're in Guam, get here and get a tattoo. There's wonderful people.
I'd like to thank Revolver for bringing us all together.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Revolver's who linked this up, so thanks for that.
Yeah. So great. Welcome to Eastside Inc. Thanks. Congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
Man.
Thanks for the plug.
Awesome.
All right. So clearly there's some alien stories here.
I've always been really intrigued by it.
You ever seen one?
I don't think so, but I don't think that.
But
I just don't think that we're the only. I mean, we're the only things out here, man. That's just impossible.
My dad swears up and down that he saw an alien.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid, he told me this story about how he was at the mall.
At the mall?
There was this mall called the Sunshine Mall where I lived. There's this giant parking lot, and it had all these lights. And my dad always believed that they attracted UFOs, and he said he saw a UFO fly over the parking lot one night. And that my mom saw it too, but my mom denies it. I think it's all bullshit.
Your mom's right, you think?
No, I don't know. I think there's aliens for sure. I don't know if they're little green men, but...
Well, my mom is sure that there are aliens, and she worked at NASA, so...
Did she?
She has insider information, I'm sure.
Your mom worked
Really?
at NASA?
Yep.
That's badass, actually.
She still does a little bit, but not like they cut a lot of the budgets the last couple of years. But yeah, she swears by it. She even went so far as to say within 10 years there'll be some kind of proof out there.
Among Us?
Yeah.
My first tattoo is this Florida thing on my wrist here. And it was in the dressing room of a venue called The Pageant in St. Louis. And a guy named Vic did it. He's actually an amazing tattoo artist from Salt Lake City, where I now live. And the two guys he apprenticed over the last 15 years tattoo me all the time now. So his style took a different turn. He does all Japanese stuff now, which I love, but I just don't get those type of tattoos. So yeah, man, that was my first tattoo. And I got woken up out of a bunk, and my tour manager, who is now a full-time tattooer that owns a shop, he made me get it, because I had always wanted a tattoo. I was like 20, and I was terrified to get one. And he pulled me inside and made me get it. And it was weird because it didn't really hurt as bad as I thought. It wasn't like I thought it was gonna be. It hurts way worse now, than it did then. But it was like half of what I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like this traumatic experience, and I was like, oh. Yeah.
You sound disappointed a little.
Yeah, well, yeah, now I feel like it's traumatic. But then I didn't feel like it was traumatic. The more you get, the worse it is, So they say.
With age, too.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the endorphins, right? I think when you first start getting tattooed, you just want to be cool as fuck, and you're like, whatever, like I'm just gonna deal.
Yep.
And then now it's like maintenance almost, or like yeah, it's not good anymore. Love having them, hate getting them.
Your worst is your back, you'd say?
My
Throat, maybe?
it wasn't that bad.
Really?
I think the worst thing about your throat is when someone's pushing. I thought the sides hurt tattoo-wise worse. The sides hurt, like the actual needle.
I wouldn't be able to handle the Adam's apple.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful. I mean, I didn't get the Adam's apple like he did. The neck is terrible.
It only took like an hour, too.
Yeah.
So, for the front of it.
Oh,
And then
that's
I got
great.
the filler on it in a different setting. But, I don't know. The back, I would say, is because you can't like guard yourself at all. I don't know. It's just you're getting filleted open. The stomach is always bad, too.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's my favorite tattoo I've ever gotten, for sure. Dead serious. But I have, I don't know, I have like
I think so. Don't you?
I'm open. I wasn't sure if we decided on it.
probably
or
this
not.
giraffe right here that says Victor
Yeah.
underneath it.
Still
It's like
so
a, we were on tour with a band probably about 10 or 12 years ago, one of our first real headlining tours. And there's that band Hopes Fall. And they had they really inspired us when we were younger. They were like real melodic and heavy, and then they put out this record that was like singing on every song. And we were all kind of disappointed or whatever. Like we were like 19 or whatever, you know. And they had a song, and the chorus had this line. It was like, "Victor, keep your head up." That was the chorus. And I thought it was so stupid. And me and Spencer used to make fun of it all the time and like sing it to each other. I've told them this story, so it's not like that. And we went out to a bar one night on the tour, and I got really drunk, and I was like, I went up to the singer, Jay, and I was like, "What does that mean?" Like, just being kind of an asshole, like smart alecky, you know. And he told me the story about in the 70s there was this giraffe at the BBC Zoo in England, and his name was Victor, and he was the world's largest reticulated giraffe at the time. And they had a big rainstorm, and he slipped in the mud. And I guess I didn't know this at the time, but giraffes sleep standing always, and their head never lays down. You know, they always have their head up. So this giraffe slipped in the mud, and he was stuck on all four legs were splayed out like this. He was stuck like that for 3 days, and the whole country was rooting him on. It was all over the news, and they raised a bunch of money, so they got a crane to come, and they put these straps under him, and they lifted him up. And when they lifted him up, the straps crushed all his internal organs, and it killed him. And his head just went. And he's like, I wrote that song. It's about like keeping on, you know. And I was like, I fucking hate myself. So I got that tattoo to remind me to keep my mouth shut when I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's my favorite tattoo. Yeah, I felt like such an asshole. Oh man.
Poor Victor. Yeah. So he was fine until they rescued him and they killed him. Mm-hmm. It's rude.
Well, no, I mean, he couldn't get up. So he was stuck, right? Like, so there was no real way of like getting him out of the situation he was in.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
Dude, the arm is so pleasant. I've been working on my chest.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
This is a breeze. It's been a long time since I got my arm tattooed.
Oh, this was like, it was amazing. I
I've
just
been
started getting my
working-
legs
I've
tattooed.
been working across.
Oh, cool. I like the collection.
Just a lot of random stuff. And yeah, this is a lot.
Yeah, that's brutal, especially the middle of the chest, right?
I feel like when you get close to the heart, is that a myth? Or is it like the closer you get to your heart, the more it hurts?
I'd say this is kind of the rule. If it's more important to your body, there's more pain sensors there. So
Yeah.
anywhere where you've
Yeah.
got important things, organs.
That's why I was like, is that why this? Because he was doing stuff on this side, and on the other side it didn't hurt as bad. And I was like, I think that's because it's closer to my heart.
Yeah, could be. I like it.
He didn't know. He just.
Yeah, so we grew up in the same area as them. So we booked the arena, the basketball arena at home for like our final show of this tour, and thought it'd be super cool to have them. They had talked about doing some reunion stuff, and thought it'd be super cool to have them. So it's gonna be a big blowout. And our guitar player and their drummer are brother-in-laws, and they own a business together called King State. It's like a coffee and beer. It's like they're actually in the middle of a build-out right now. For years, it's been a roastery, coffee roastery, and now they're actually in the build-out of beer, wine, food, coffee shop during the day, and then so they're really close, obviously. So yeah, they're gonna play. They're gonna play right before us, and it's kind of cool because it's like it's the basketball arena. None of our peers have ever done that. So it's super cool for everyone to do it together, and it's kind of a family affair type thing, so it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
So you guys were able to get them back together at least for one night?
I don't know. I think that I don't want to take credit for quote getting them back together, but I think that they wanted to. They're doing a really small show tomorrow, or maybe it's next week. It's like a real small, like right before that show kind of thing. But I don't exactly know. So I don't know if we talked them into it, or if it was more like I honestly couldn't tell you. Yeah, Tim would know more about it. I don't really know. I'm not super close with any of those guys. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty special night, I think. Just, if everyone's family will be there, and just to be able to do that kind of thing, it's going to be pretty badass. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I grew up seeing bands play there, like large bands.
Good. Fine.
So it's pretty special. They're like, yeah, and for when we started this band as kids, it was like not. Sorry, I just hit that microphone. It was not a mainstream acceptable genre of music, right? So for us to be going into playing that place, that like I saw, whoever played, it's pretty cool. So. To watch the genre change and become big and then die down again like it is now, but still be able to, We started touring in a van, I remember our first Warped Tour in 2004 when people really started paying attention. Our first support tour we supported Coheed and Cambria in the States, and they had 2 buses and a big semi-truck, and we had a van, and it was bad. The tour was huge, but it was just bad. We were dying. I'm excited, though, about the Tampa thing.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
What do you got? With a big show in Tampa coming up?
Our biggest show of our career.
Hey,
Headlining.
Congratulations. That's fantastic. A lot of work leading up to that.
It's been the newspaper actually today. It's crazy to say this, but I did an interview. They've been the Tampa Bay Times, like our big newspaper, and they came to our production rehearsals for this tour and did some interviews. But I talked to the guy on the phone, 2 weeks ago, and he called me, and his whole subject matter was, do you realize that you're in the biggest band from the Tampa Bay area ever in history? And I was like, really? Because you don't think about yourself that way, right? You don't walk around going, we're the biggest band from, that's just anti-constructive and stupid. But I just got the article actually just now as we're talking about it, and it says, who is Tampa's biggest band ever? With Hometown Arena Show, Underoath makes the case. So it's funny that I guess we're the biggest band in music history from the area, which is such a strange thing to think about, and I don't believe it or feel that way.
Who are the runner-ups?
Huh?
Who are the runner-ups?
I don't know. Amberlin? I don't know who else, but I don't think about stuff like that, but it's funny how, yeah.
As a fan, I absolutely believe it.
I don't know. Spencer has his palm tattooed, which is insane to me.
It's one of the better palm tattoos I've seen, actually.
It's
really
in there, dude.
It sucked. It was the worst.
It's so
experience.
painful and so hard to do, but it looks great.
This dude named Tim did that at a shop called Jinx Proof in DC.
Yeah, I told him about it.
Yeah, you told him about it?
Yeah.
Shit was... He tattooed the left side of my neck. I thought I was going to pass out.
Oh,
That guy leans on the needle. It was gnarly.
the heavy-handed, huh?
Oh,
old
yeah.
school, you know. I
Super
guess
old school.
I didn't know this. I guess tattooing was illegal in DC forever until like 20-something years ago.
I started when it was illegal here in the city, actually.
Really?
It only got legalized in '97.
Wow.
Yeah, so same. He opened that shop, and I think it was around the same time, 94, 95, something like that. The way I view tattooing is different than I know a lot of people and a lot of tattoo shows, especially. It's all about like what it means to you, and I think that's great, you know. But I also think that like when you move into a house, right, you just put cool shit on the walls, shit that you like. Some of it could be really sentimental, some of it could be
Funny.
spiritual, some of it could be funny, you know.
Not everything has to be like a life or death story or like super. I mean, that's how we all started. Like, it was like, had to be the most
Everything
meaningful
was
thing.
super, which I think is cool. I think you start in that place, and I'm sure he could tell you a lot more because he sees hundreds and hundreds of people a month, you know. But I think for me, it's adornment, right? So like, you should enjoy yourself, but also, I mean, make it meaningful. But I don't think there should be rules on it, you know. I think only rules I think there should be is like, your tattoo artist shouldn't tattoo your face first, you know. You shouldn't be allowed to get your hands done until
Neck,
your arms
hands,
are
and
done.
face, not first.
Yeah, I think that should be the rule. But I don't know. I mean,
It's definitely good advice.
I'm also not a tattoo artist, so I can't put rules on these guys.
But you could see how a tattooed face might hinder your future if you weren't, say, in a band.
Your ability to pay your rent. There's very few lines of work that would let you have a tattooed face. I think probably some of the only ones are his job and our job.
In this very room.
Yeah, I think you're looking at all of us that can support ourselves with face tattoos. Yeah, I don't think that should be, you know, I think it's a fun thing, man. It's a cool thing, and it's a cool culture too. You know, like, you meet people and you have conversation, and
Yeah.
I'm really, really close with a lot of the people that have tattooed me over the years. You know.
One thing I think that used to be the case was if you met somebody else with tattoos a long time ago, probably you had a lot in common. But now, everybody gets, like, there's somebody in the subgroup of everybody who gets
You're right.
tattooed, so you
You're
can't.
totally right. It's really, really interesting. Because it's more widespread now, and he's, you know, it used to be people with music.
Yep.
It was like everyone knew a tattoo artist and we all like the same things. But he's totally right. Now, tattoos are so acceptable socially, you know? So it's like crazier.
Yeah, they're taking over.
No. Unless they're on your face. Probably can't work at Bank of America with a face tattoo.
Unless you're robbing it.
Yeah. Probably not a third grade teacher either with a face tattoo. I have a first grader.
It's very popular right now, though.
The face tattoos.
Face tattoo
Oh,
is
yeah.
the key to success right now. So ridiculous.
I met someone in the last month that has a face tattoo. It was their first tattoo ever.
What was it?
A butterfly.
Wow, that's brave.
I mean, it's small. It's like, you know, you see when you look at tattoos in magazines and online and stuff, how people put quarters next to really small detailed stuff. It's like a quarter size. Very not detailed. Very small. Very strange. But hey, man. To each his own, I guess.
Wow, the butterfly on the face. That's brave.
Sometimes you gotta butterfly one's face. My kid doesn't want tattoos. No, he talks about it all the time. He's like, I don't want snakes and crap on me. I was like, okay. Snake tattoos are cool, though. Whatever, though. Yeah, get you a snake, dude.
I know someone in this room that doesn't like snakes.
Spencer hates snakes. Yeah.
I'm not a snake fan. No, I just don't like the way they move. Creep me out, man.
Well, you have snake tattoos. I mean, you have snake alien tattoos, which creeps me out. Do you guys see that Night Shyamalan movie? Yeah.
Oh,
I think that movie would have been so much more scary if they hadn't have actually shown. You know how at one point in the kitchen you see like the green guy walk across the screen?
And you can see that he's wearing underwear.
Yes, you're right. That's so weird that you know that.
That's ridiculous.
But if they hadn't have done that, it would have been, think about it for a second, if they hadn't have done it, it would have been the most fucking terrifying
More like
thing.
Jaws. Jaws was scary because they didn't show the big rubber shark.
They couldn't.
Yeah, I worked with M. Night Shyamalan on a movie once, actually.
You what now?
I did a movie called The Last Airbender with M. Night Shyamalan. It's for kids. It's a kids' movie. You probably haven't seen it. But
You did the
I've heard
illustration
of
for
it.
it?
I did the fake tattoos. The main character is like this 12-year-old kid who's covered in tattoos, which is interesting, including face tattoos.
And you drew all the tattoos?
Yep.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah. It was based on a cartoon, and the cartoon was also for kids, but it was an epic cartoon. I had to watch it all for the job, and I mean, we, as an adults with my wife, we sat around like every day watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we're like totally caught up in it. It's a great.
So what did you do? So did you go to the set and like paint this on this kid?
I did, yeah. But then when they're actually filming, it's different for every movie or TV show. But like he's 12 years old, so he has like a limited amount of time every day he can film. And then it's a martial arts movie, so there's stunt doubles, there's stand-ins. So there's literally thousands and thousands of stickers within a week that they're using to make him look like this. So that's only the initial process, is drawing it on and showing how it looks, you know, and then you've got to stand back and do this sticker process, which was funny. We made like a cast of his body, like the carbon freeze from Star Wars. And it's just like, I had this creepy cast of a kid in my apartment for months. It was really disturbing.
They shot it here in New York?
No, they did it in Pennsylvania. They have really good incentives there, I think, for filming. Plus, that guy, M. Night, is like a Pennsylvania guy. So he's got like a whole big farm there and stuff. So.
How was that job? That's really interesting.
It was like 6 months of work and research, trying to make it like look kind of like a magical, monk, believable tattoo, but for a made-up world, so you couldn't reference anything that actually existed. You could do it kind of for style, but that was it.
So were you not coming in here at that time? You were 6 months on that job, huh?
6 months, but mostly at home, drawing, you know, dealing with the uppity management and the art companies and things. So it was like an on and off, going back and forth. It was involved.
Wow.
Wild.
That's so cool.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
That's really cool.
I love doing the fake tattoos as well as the real ones.
It's just super interesting that like, yeah, that's true art, you know, that you're getting to like, I think a lot of people have that misconception about tattooing, that it's not art, you know, that it's like whatever, and you really see it when you talk about something like that, where people came to you and were like, we want your art for this feature film. That's really cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I imagine like if you're watching a movie and somebody does a soundtrack choice, that you're hyper aware of it, right?
Of course, yeah.
This is a terrible choice, or
Yeah.
So because of that, now I can't watch any movies without picking apart the fake tattoos.
You're like, that tattoo sucks. Yeah.
I couldn't even watch some of the shows. Like, I really wanted to get into Sons of Anarchy, because everyone said it was really good, but the tattoos are so fake looking that it was very distracting.
Dude,
Is that just like
outline is
post?
So cool.
Thanks.
It's tiny.
Yeah, I've never seen the outline so thin.
Yeah, it's gonna start building up once we get into the shading.
It's still really cool.
Yeah.
I hope it's not too delicate. Like I said, we still have the option of thickening up stuff.
I think it's great.
Cool.
It's not on my arm, but I think it's cool.
But you're gonna have to look at it.
That's true, all the time. We're married, legally in 12 states. I have to pee. You want me to turn this off? You guys don't. I'll just record some urination. Okay. That's what you really brought me here for. You dirty bastards.
I always think about the Jinx. Did anybody else watch the Jinx?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I've still got my mic on. I totally killed everyone. Yeah. And that wasn't even like the first time during the show that he got caught and reminded that he had his mic on.
What made you guys decide on a cover of Nirvana?
Oh, cool.
Because it's my favorite band of all time.
Yeah. What song did you do?
I do Heart-Shaped Box.
Oh, fantastic. Man.
Yeah, just because
We
can.
wait to check that out.
You know, it's like, I don't know, we never got to do fun stuff. Like, it was always so serious, like metal and being tough. And like, say, fuck that, man. I was like, I want to have fun. So we made a set list that was like wide, eclectic, you know, like across the career of our band, and heavier on the new songs, you know, because we have a new record. And then we encore with acoustic heart-shaped box.
That's awesome.
Just
man.
because
I can't wait.
I pretty much just asked the crowd, I'm like, can I do something that would be fun for me? Most of these songs have been playing for over a decade. You know, this is fun. This is like what I grew up doing. It allows us to remember kind of when we started, and, you know, like, we all started playing other people's songs, you know?
I just read a book called Heart-Shaped Box by Stephen King's son.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was worried that it was going to be bad, but I liked it. Since you said you like horror stuff.
Yeah. My girlfriend's reading the new Stephen King book right now.
The new one? What is it?
Yeah, the newest one. I don't have to ask her.
I did not get any sleep last night. Or the night before.
In a good way?
In a bad way.
Oh, work.
Yeah. When you play in New York City and you're on like a larger production tour, you have to get off your bus, get out of your bus. You can't park in the city.
Yeah, they dump you out.
They dump you out at 9 in the morning. Get up, get out. And then you have nowhere to go.
No parking here.
When it's fucking cold all day, you're just like, and you're in the shittiest part of New York, in my opinion. You're in Times Square, just like.
Oh, awful.
I know people love Times Square. I'm not saying it isn't beautiful, but I hate it.
No,
So
I would only go there if I absolutely have to. It's the worst.
it's awful. It's like not New York. Like New York is down here. You know what I mean? Like when people think about New York like food and like, it's like fucking TGI Fridays and shit up there. It's like, sucks. Like this is not New York. This sucks.
Oh, the crowds, the loudness, the people.
Can you imagine going there for New
Yeah,
Year's
it's
Eve?
pretty crazy.
Dude, on the list of things that...
Oh, the New Year's
New
Eve
Year's Eve,
thing?
can you imagine doing
couldn't
that?
pay me to do that.
No, I can't understand anyone who goes out
Where are
on
you
those
from
days.
originally?
Oh, New Mexico, deep woods.
I love New Mexico.
The exact opposite of New York.
How long? You've been here for 20 years, though, you said?
Yeah, but I still try to go back. It kind of balances things out,
Yeah.
you know? You go out.
Do you live in the city? You live in Jersey or something?
I live in Brooklyn, but right across the bridge. It's great there. It's like a real nice neighborhood.
Yeah, Williamsburg.
Dumbo, actually.
Okay, yeah.
It's similar to Williamsburg in price. All right, man, before I put any Vaseline on it, check it out. Let's see what you think.
We're Underoath.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for having us. Eastside Inc. Josh,
Thanks to Josh.
you're the man.
Good to have you guys.
Perfect. Thanks to Orange.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Definitely
thank
come
you.
back here.
And thank
Thanks,
you
Revolver.
to Revolver for
Yeah.
getting us all together. And please come on down to Eastside Inc.
Do it.
And see these guys at concert.
Yeah, please.
Pleasure.